Well, they were like Saturday.
We were like a little kid. I would say
Okay, green lights? Green lights on our mics. In accordance with Section 5 of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975, be advised that a notice of this meeting was made by posting on the bulletin board, town hall, and mailing to the officially designated newspapers a list of the meeting dates annually, indicating that this meeting would take place at the town hall at 7:30 p.m. on Wednesday, October 18th, 2023.
Corey Diller.
Here.
Allison Campfield.
Here.
Michael Collins.
Here.
Maggie Miggins.
Here.
Deborah Nevis.
Here.
Sujatha Shan.
Here.
Srini Vijay.
Here.
David Cosgrove.
Here.
Michael Zion.
Here.
Vice Chair Gaston Halbert.
Here.
Chair Betzel.
Here. Thank you.
Can I just ask your last name?
Olson.
Olson. Got it. Was that with an E or an O?
Oh,
Got it.
Would you mind introducing yourself to the board?
Sure, so yes, my name is Bill Olson and I work with Ed Buzak. Ed wasn't able to be here tonight, so I'm filling in for him for this meeting, so,
As our attorney.
yeah, as our.
Fantastic, thank you, welcome. We have two items on our agenda tonight. The first is the approval of minutes from July 12th, 2023. Eileen circulated them earlier this week. Did you receive any comments directly?
I did not.
Okay. Did anybody have any corrections or edits on the minutes? Okay, do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Srini, would you second?
Sure.
That was Gaston?
Gaston moved, Srini seconded. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? And anybody not in attendance can be recused. Meeting minutes from July 12th, 2023 are approved. Okay, and we have one item of business tonight, for which I'm gonna have both Bill and welcome Graham, our planner, to speak to. This is the capital review pursuant to NJSA Ordinance 2653-23 regarding acquisition of a block and lot within Millburn Township. So I think procedurally, do you want to begin and then we'll get into the
we can start.
content
So, yeah.
with Graham? Okay, thanks.
Generally, when a municipality passes an ordinance that authorizes the expenditure of funds for things like recreational facilities, parking lots, parking garages, and so forth, the statute requires that the planning board review it just to make sure it's consistent with the master plan. And if there's any questions or recommendations that the planning board wishes to make, they can do that. In this case, it's a little bit different because the township is purchasing an already existing building as well as a parking lot. And so, any recommendations that the planning board wants to put on here might not necessarily be towards the physical aspects of the project, but if the planning board is looking for any recommendations pursuant to the typical D31 review, they're welcome to make them.
The township's infrastructure as appropriate. I think given the comments in the community feedback section. Existing conditions on page 57 of the master plan states Millburn's Town Hall, which is located in a prime location in the heart of downtown, is largely obsolete for current municipal operations. The building also does not meet the requirements for the Americans for Disabilities Act. Other municipal buildings located downtown are facing similar issues of obsolescence, including the fire department building and police station headquarters. And then public use zone recommendations on page 58 state that relocation of the DPW building out of downtown would free up 4 acres for more compatible development, and that the township should consider relocating the municipal building as part of an overall downtown vision or redevelopment strategy. Those are just aspirational ideas. One thing that I did just want to note regarding the specific language on the DPW relocation is that this property is just about an acre in size, slightly over, I think, 45,000. So this certainly, no, it's less than just under an acre, 41,000. This property certainly cannot accommodate the DPW operations in total. So I think that's an important clarification point. It could certainly help, with other movement of vehicle storage or other elements of the DPW operations, but it certainly cannot accommodate the DPW in total. But and the purpose of this evening's review is for you all to make a recommendation to the township committee on the proposed action, which would be the property acquisition, and as it relates to the township master plan. I hope that helps, and happy to answer any questions.
It's not a question, I just want to point out that when this building came up for the bond ordinance, whatever, at the township committee, what was specifically mentioned as possible uses were, as you said, a temporary relocation site for while town hall was being renovated, so assuming that goes through, and then ultimately a community center for senior citizens to replace the Bauer Center, which is very difficult for the senior citizens to park and then walk to the middle of the park. Those are the only things that were mentioned. No mention of the DPW was ever made at the township committee. So I would like to clear that up too.
Sure, thank you for those comments.
Questions or comments? Yeah, Michael.
Is this a forum, do we discuss valuation?
About like the how
Price.
much. I mean, I don't know how much it reflects the master plan, but yes, I mean, if you have comments
Just
to
wanted
make,
to,
absolutely.
I just want to understand, what is the delta between the offered price for the building and the tax appraisal?
I don't know that information.
Several $100,000.
So your question, just to make sure I heard it, you were asking the appraisal value versus how much the
Yeah,
township would
it's
be paying?
just, I mean, I think they're buying it for 2.2 million. It's appraised for tax purposes at 1.4.
Right, so you have a question about that. That might be a question to raise at the township committee, because they would be the ones
Okay.
taking the action on the purchase. But
Appraised or
agree.
assessed? Assessed.
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 Well, it doesn't matter what a property is assessed at, because you have homes that sell in town or properties that sell in town. That could be there's a house that just came out today. It's assessed for $1 million and it's on the market for $1.8 million.
Are any of the other buildings on that street worth $2 million?
Sure, there are some that have sold on that street for over $2 million.
Okay.
So, but assessed value never has anything to do with appraised value, because when you get out of a certain 15%, Eileen, right, 15%, this county forces us to do a townwide reevaluation. So sometimes there are homes that we sell that are assessed at $1 million and sell for $2 million. It just hasn't caught up yet.
thanks for
And if it
We
goes
should
the other
train
way,
it
those
out.
people.
And if it goes the other way,
If those people show up.
they
in
can get a
court.
tax hit. Yeah.
Srini, did you have a different question?
Different question, so
Sure.
more procedural, assuming the planning board, approves it and gives it back to the township, is there a timeline by which the township is supposed to act on this? Or is it, I mean, I'm assuming that's not part of the planning board's scope.
Yeah, so just to clarify your first statement, so the purpose.